Casey from Rain City, and my mom is going to show you guys how to make the adult sleep mask. You can send this her website down below in that pattern, which I'm already wearing. Now let's get sewing.
So my required pieces are my front and my back and my elastic, and I'm going to do the optional strap cover, and I'm going to also do the optional filler. For the optional strap cover, all you're going to want to do is take it and fold it so that it's right sides together. So this is my shiny side, this is my right side. So I fold it in half like that, and then I'm going to just press it. And then I'm going to sew all the way down the length of it to create the elastic casing. Next, I'm going to trim my seam allowance away. And then I'm going to attach a safety pin to one side, and I'm going to insert that into the casing and turn it right side out. Okay, so with that turned right side out, I'm going to take my safety pin off. I'm going to take my elastic, and I'm going to put the safety pin on the elastic, and I'm going to thread the elastic into this casing we just made. And I'm going to stop when this edge and this edge are aligned, and I'm going to stitch it in place. So almost there. Okay, so now that's aligned, I'm just going to run a stitch right down there. So there's my stitching, and now I'm just going to continue to pull the elastic through. Okay, now I'm just going to stitch this end right here. Now we're going to attach our elastic to our back piece, and I have clipped right here and here into the seam allowance where my strap is supposed to go. So here's my strap, and I have a seam right here. So I'm going to put that seam on top of the right side of my back piece of fabric. And I'm just gonna clip my strap in place, and then I'm going to baste it on so that it doesn't move when I sew the front and the filler piece to it. So just like that, and now I'm going to baste here and here. So my elastic is now basted on, and I want to make sure when I do these next steps that the strap is out of the way. So you can pin it or clip it out of the way, or just be aware of it and move it as you sew, which is what I'm going to do. So now we're going to take our front piece and lay it right side together with the back piece. And if you're doing the optional filler piece, which I am, we would place this on top of that. But if you're not doing that optional filler piece, then you're just going to start stitching. So, optional filler piece, and we're going to line all these raw edges up and then sew the perimeter here all the way around, and we're going to leave a 1-inch gap to be our turn hole to turn this right side out. So what I've done is I've sewn around the perimeter, and I have a 1/2-inch gap here that's not sewn. And a little trick I like to use is I sew from the outside of the raw edge in through the seam allowance, and then I start sewing all the way around. And this just makes it a little bit easier to top stitch this area once it's turned right side out. So now that it's sewn, I'm gonna clip and trim my seam allowance all the way around, and then I'm gonna turn it right side out. Okay, I've got it trimmed and I got it clipped, and now I'm just gonna reach inside and start pulling it out. So there we go. And then we just kind of start pushing all of our corners out until it looks nice and neat, and then we're gonna give it a good press. So just keep doing that until it's out. And then when you have it all the way pushed out, you're gonna tuck in this piece of fabric up here. And also press that. Okay. So our last step is to just top stitch all the way around. And when we do this, we're gonna close up that hole and make it look really cute. All right, so we have top stitched around the entire perimeter, and we are officially done.
I'm so nervous. Oh my, I forgot that one. Please write that on the paper.